So, good evening, everyone. Welcome all to this briefing webinar on Tamil Nadu EV Brand Identity Competition. I'm Donita Jose, Senior Associate Communications at ITDP India. On behalf of Tamil Nadu Green Energy Corporation Limited, that is TNGECL, and ITDP India and Madrasters, I extend a very warm welcome to each one of you. This is a first of its kind brand identity competition in Tamil Nadu, one where you'll not just be designing a logo, but you'll be crafting the very identity of the electric mobility revolution. Before we dive into the details of the competition, let me give you a quick introduction about TNGECL. TNGECL, or Tamil Nadu Green Energy Corporation Limited, was established in the year 2024 by the Tamil Nadu government to manage green energy portfolios like hydro, wind, and solar energy. Since its formation, TNGECL has actively been driving adoption of electric vehicles across the state. One of its key initiatives include setting up 500 plus EV chargers throughout Tamil Nadu. To give this movement a distinct and recognizable face, TNGECL has launched this brand identity competition. And this effort is being carried out in collaboration with ITDP India and Madrasters. Now, to set out the agenda for the day, so we will be having an address by Anish Shekhar Sir, Managing Director of TNGECL, followed by a competition brief by Kashmira Dubash, Deputy Director at ITDP India. Following this, I'll be taking you through a demonstration of how you can submit your applications. Now, a few housekeeping rules before we begin. This session will be for about 30 to 40 minutes. Over the course of next 30 minutes, you'll learn more about why this competition is being held and the core ethos behind the initiative. If you have any questions during the session, please feel free to drop them in the Q&A box and we'll surely address them. With that, it's my pleasure to invite Mr. Anish Shekhar, IAS, Managing Director of TNGECL, to deliver the opening remarks. Mr. Shekhar took over the leadership of this young and dynamic organization in 2024, and since then he's played a very crucial role in accelerating Tamil Nadu's EV charging infrastructure across the state. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the introduction. I welcome all the participants and jury members who are joining us today for this brand identity competition, which we have launched, which will serve as the face for Tamil Nadu's transition to EVs. So I was discussing internally why we should transition to EV. This is important because this message has to percolate in whatever designs and logos that you're coming up with. These are some elements which maybe the designers can look at when they come up with the design. The most important parameter we are going to look for is something that is communicating, or at least creating curiosity in the mind of somebody who sees this brand to explore it further. Why and how and what this is all about. So something that piques the curiosity and makes them more interested in this EV transition is something that we look forward from the logo and design. Then why we do have to do this transition? So I will put it in three heads under which this EV transition is important. One is from the perspective of our planet. We all are hearing about how sustainability is becoming an issue. So from a planet's perspective, the pollution that is caused by fossil fuels is something that needs to be addressed. So one of the ways in which this pollution caused by fossil fuels can be addressed is by way of transitioning to EV. Of course, I am not saying that EV transition by itself will cause that effect to happen. But once the grid also becomes green, which is only a matter of time, we have all have goals to make ourselves net zero by a certain point in the future. So grid becoming green is only a matter of time. So once the grid becomes green, you get green power to transition and to move the people for transportation. So that becomes the most sustainable way of transportation. Transportation is something, as we all know, has caused the maximum impact on human progress. So it should not get limited at some point later because of the sustainability issues and also because of the finiteness issue. Fossil fuels are not infinite, they are finite. So they will run out at some point in time. So we have to switch to more renewable sources. So from a planet perspective, these two things are important. From a country's perspective, from a nation perspective, we spend a lot of money on foreign exchange for importing oil. We are a very big importer of oil. So once you have the oil going out of equation as a source of transportation, we gain a lot on the foreign exchange part of it, and it is going to be directly helping our economy. So more of jobs, more of GDP will get added to our economy just by way of this EV transition. So from a national perspective, there is an economic benefit that is coming to us just by way of this transition. Then coming to an individual's level, why anybody, an individual, as an individual, why we should transition to EV, whether this is the right time to transition to EV. Everybody has this doubt. Everybody is waiting. So even people who are purchasing a new vehicle today, as it stands, 6.7% of the new vehicles registered in Tamil Nadu are EVs. But we want to make it at least 30% of the new registrations by 2030. We want to make it EV. So this is not at anybody's loss. By way of this transition, even an individual, be it a two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheeler, or even a commercial vehicle, is not going to lose out economically. From a life cycle cost point of view, today we find that owning an EV over the life cycle of the vehicle is at least 20 to 30% cheaper. And if you use the vehicle for longer distances on an average commute basis, then your benefits go up to 50, 60%. So at all three levels, at the planet level, at the national level, at the individual level, transitioning to EV has only positive effects. Of course, there will be limited side effects which are not desirable, but in the larger interest, this EV transition is something that is very, very important. So this messaging has to go in the communication that we are coming up with. And mm, towards this, what we are doing now, also, I'll just give you a brief. What stops people from adopting EV if all these three levels are being benefited, then why this transition is happening slowly? So one, there is a lack of awareness about these factors. People don't care sometimes about what is the interest at the national level or at the planet level. They have more important immediate things to address to. And at the individual level, they are not really aware about the benefits, economic benefits, the life cycle costs, because there is a higher capex involved. At least the initial time when you buy it is higher. The cost is a little higher than other vehicles. So that prevents people from transitioning to EV. But at a life cycle level, this cost is much lesser compared to a fossil fuel vehicle. Another thing is availability of charging infrastructure. Today, we know that anybody who owns a vehicle has a petrol pump at his neighborhood and maximum 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer distance. But this is not ubiquitous, this charging infrastructure. And everybody doesn't have an access to a charging point in their house, especially people who live in shared accommodations, in apartments, etc. They don't have that. So there is a need for charging infrastructure to improve, and that has to be made available. Then, of course, going long range, people have difficulties with EV because of their range anxiety and because of, again, non-availability of charging infrastructure along the highways. So these are certain things, especially on charging infrastructure, we are addressing through various measures, including bringing in private participation, bringing in public-private partnership. So all these are being addressed at various levels to improve the charging infrastructure and thus give that visibility, that clarity to the prospective owner that even if you are owning a EV vehicle, you have a way to charge your vehicle, even if you don't have a source at near your house or near your home. So this is broadly what I would want to say. Beyond this, of course, if you have any queries, please raise. We'll be happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anish sir, for those very valuable inputs. I'm sure it's like these small nuggets of information that will help all participants to bring this idea into a reality. Now I'll request Kashmira Dubash, Deputy Director, ITDP India, to kindly take us over why there is a need for branding and share the competition brief. She'll also be introducing the jury panel. So over to you, Kashmira.
Thank you very much, Dunita. Firstly, hi everyone, and welcome to this briefing webinar on the EV branding competition. I am Kashmira from ITDP India, and on behalf of all of us behind the scenes, thank you so much for taking the time out to join in. Now, let's get right into it. Now, electric vehicles are, no longer the future; they are the now. But there have been plenty of bumps in the way, right from misconceptions about battery life, worries about charging infrastructure, like Sir just spoke about, and that lingering question of will an electric vehicle actually work for me? Now, in Tamil Nadu and across India, these doubts have sort of held people back. But on the other hand, there is a lot of momentum in Tamil Nadu that Sir just spoke about. And since its adoption of the EV policy back in 2023, there has been a lot happening. But how do we make sure that people actually know about it? How do we make sure that people care about it and feel like they were part of this journey? So that's where branding comes in. It's like giving Tamil Nadu's EV journey a name, a face, and a story. Something people can recognize, immediately relate to, and of course, rally behind. Now, that's why a state level EV brand isn't just about a logo. It goes way beyond a logo, it's beyond the tagline. It's about changing people's mindsets. It's about building that trust, breaking those myths around EV, and helping people see that EVs are more than just eco-friendly modes of transport. They are reliable, and more importantly, they are here to stay. So we believe that a strong brand will give Tamil Nadu a voice to tell this new story, one that is clear, one that is very consistent. Shrisha, can you change slide, please? So, right now, what we've been seeing is bits and pieces of Tamil Nadu's EV journey, right? We see an MTC electric bus here, we may see a charging station there, but it doesn't always feel very connected. So, here we are hoping that a strong brand actually helps change that. Right from policies to poster, we hope that this brand becomes instantly recognizable and very relatable. We are hoping that it boosts awareness, like Sir mentioned, so that more people understand and trust the shift to EVs. We're hoping that it creates brand recall. So when someone sees an electric bus or sees a charging point, they know that it's part of a larger movement. And thirdly, we are hoping that it brings everyone, right, from the government to private companies, citizens. We're hoping that it brings all of them on the same page with one clear message, with one cohesive message. Change slide, please. And where will this branding be used? We are hoping that it's used across various platforms. It's used on services. It's used on infrastructure like your charging points. It's used on our website, electric buses, signages, any communication that's related to EV in the state, any outreach material, any electric bus depots. We're hoping that this becomes the face of EV in the state. Next slide. So there are two larger expectations from the submission. Number one, we're hoping that you create a brand name, the name of the EV movement with a very clear vision statement. And number two, the brand needs its identity in the form of a very attractive logo. It can be simple, but it still needs to be extremely recognizable. Bilingual typography would be an added value. We're hoping that it's a youthful, young, colorful palette, And there is a very attractive tagline. So people actually recall the brand as and when they see it. Next slide. Now, there are 3 bits to submit as part of this competition. Number 1 is your logo. There are 3 versions of logos to be submitted. One is a colored version. Number 2 is a black version of the logo. And number 3, a white version. And you will support this with a 200-word note. This note is basically sharing the idea, the thought behind the name and the brand that you have created. And number 3 is an A1 template, a poster template that you will see on the website, where you will include the logo, the concept, and the key design for the brand identity, and to show how the brand will be visible on various platforms, like a charging infrastructure, like a signage, or on a publication, or whatever that may be. Change slide, please. So you can submit your application through the TNGECL website. That is www.tngecl.org. There is a specific tab on the EV competition, and Donita will go over that procedure with you right after this, where you will upload the logo. But before you do that, please make sure that you download the template and you edit the A1 template and then upload it. We've already received some competition entries, and unfortunately, they have uploaded an unedited version of the template. Those will not qualify to the next round. So we request that you please read the rules and the guidelines carefully before you do the final submission. Next slide, please. So there are 2 rounds of screening, or 2 rounds of evaluation. Number 1 is there will be a 2-week-long screening process where we will eliminate any incomplete entries or any entries that we feel has been plagiarized from other branding logos, and we'll be eliminating any AI generated images. Please ensure you do not use AI to create the brand logo. After this initial screening process, we will have the final evaluation process, where you will be marked against creativity and innovation, relevance to context, execution and presentation, and detailing and resolution. This is where the jury comes in, and they have a very important role to play in stage 2. Next slide, please. So just going over the marking criteria a little more in detail, what we're looking at is we hope that your logos are creative, they are innovative, and there needs to be a unique story behind what you have created. And we hope that you share that story using that 200-word limit text. Number 2, it needs to be relevant to the context. So when somebody sees that brand, sees the logo, it's immediately, that's something that they know it's related to electric mobility. Number 3, the execution and presentation. So while as designers we love to design, we also may like to make sure that the way you present it is top notch. So we're hoping that the A1 template that you do create is of very high quality. And number 3 is detailing and resolution. So those fine lines really count, because if it's blown up on a large billboard, which I hope that your logo one day does blow up on a large billboard, it can be very clearly legible. Next slide, please. And here are some branding examples. We've seen Switch Delhi, we've seen Singapore's Power Every Move, Global EV City, that we immediately know, well, that's related to electric mobility. And then we've got our very own Chennai-specific branding logos as well. We've got Singara Chennai, we have Meenum Manchappai as well. So this is to ensure that there is brand recall at the end of the day. Next slide, please. And we have some exciting awards. The winner of the competition will receive an award money of 1 lakh, followed by the first runner-up for 30,000, second runner-up 20,000, and of course there will be a jury's choice, which is very commendable as well. Moving on to the next slide. Here are some important timelines. Would love for you to please take a screenshot, snapshot of this, because these deadlines we're hoping that you adhere by. So we have the announcement. We had it on 29th of July. The briefing webinar is today, 4th of August. The deadline for the entry is 22nd of August at 11:59 p.m. The results will be announced on 4th of September 2025, and we are hoping that this is followed by an award ceremony. However, that will be announced right after the results. Next slide, please. So, without any further ado, I would like to invite our jury. Firstly, thank you so much to all our jury members for volunteering and taking your time to actually be a part of this. I would like to call on Pavitra to please introduce yourself, share a little bit about you, and more importantly, what is it that you expect to see out of this branding competition? Over to you, Pavitra.
Hi, so I'm a graphic designer and a photographer currently based in Hyderabad. So over the last decade, I've worked on a lot of brand and communication projects, mostly in the art, culture, tech space, and a lot to do with the government of India. So now I'm currently leading the marketing design team at Darwin Works. With respect to my expectations, I'm looking to see electric mobility be represented in a very non-cliched way and something that delivers the promise electric vehicles and electric mobility holds for the future, something that's simple and very scalable. That's something that I look forward to see. Thank you.
Thank you, Pavitra. Yes, I think simple and scalable is the key word here and non cliche. Thank you so much for sharing that. Can I now please introduce Varsha Jaypande, Senior Associate of Communications at ITDP India?
Hi everyone. As Kashmir mentioned, I'm Varsha Jaypandi. I'm a landscape architect and designer, part of the communications team here at ITDP. I'm based out of Chennai, and through my work here, I've done extensive research on how different mobility agencies have improved their services through branding and communication efforts as well. And through my work here, I've also been involved in branding of many campaigns, national campaigns that we partner with the different government agencies on. I wish all the contestants all the very best for the contest. And when I wanted to talk about what I expect from the logo, I wanted to have like a small acronym for it as scaled. So one is it simple? S, simple. And is it contextual? Something that relates the story with Tamil Nadu and it's rooted in Tamil Nadu's identity. So some borrowing elements from the language or the culture a little. And as Pavitra also mentioned, is it adaptable for different contexts? Can it work in different sizes? And L, does it have a lasting impact? It should evoke those positive feelings and stand out from the crowd itself and leave a memorable impression. And E, is it energetic and forward looking? Because electric mobility is a nascent field related in relation with other fields as well. So does it capture that movement and innovation in the logo as well? And D, does it have a deeper meaning? Does it tell a different story as well beyond the first glance itself? So this is what I am looking forward in the submissions. Once again, I wish all the contestants all the very best.
Thank you so much, Varsha. And Varsha is also part of the team who's been behind the entire organization of this competition. Thanks so much, Varsha. Vinod, would you like to introduce yourself? Vinod is the chairperson at Madrasters.
Yes, thank you. Vanakkam, everyone. First behalf of Madrasters, thanks for the wonderful opportunity. As a as an artist, I'm a designer working in Zoho as a senior visual designer and marketing and branding last 18 years. I one thing I want to share with entries to all everyone. It should be simple and elegant as a resemble of Tamil Nadu. It's work out every medium. It's digitally and physical, and even though they are mock up, and even the staff will be wearing the caps, t-shirts, whatever medium. You should be simple and elegant. Minimalist color I suggested always. I looking around. It should be. I'm really happy because I'm a Tamil calligrapher. It should be in the Tamil letters. I'll be happy. It's collateral or English or Tamil anything will come. I just want to see everyone works out. That's it. Thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vinod. I think all three jury panelists have mentioned simple, so I think that seems to be the key word here. May I please now introduce Sheetal, who's a UI designer. Sheetal, over to you.
Hi all, Sheetal here, and I work for Zoho as UI designer. My career transitioned from graphic to UI, so I have worked logos, and my three criteria would be need of the heart is straight from human mind, no AI influence or stuff, and then it should visually emote the meaning, the context, as everyone mentioned. Take any successful logo, it will have a story behind it. So your logo should depict a story, and then it should be scalable and functional. So it should be scalable across every platform, be it physical or digital. So these are the criteria I'm looking forward, and I wish everyone all the best for this, and I'm looking forward for your submissions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sheetal, for joining the panel. Last, we have Vidya Mohan Kumar, founder of Urban Design Collective. Unfortunately, Vidya could not join us for this particular webinar, but I'll just introduce her very briefly. So, Vidya is an architect and an urban designer based out of Chennai. She has 18 years of work experience that focuses on creating cities that are people oriented and centered around transit as part of sustainable development agenda. Now, what she mentioned, what her main point was that she's looking forward to having contestants create designs that are forward looking into the future, that is more green in a way that resonates with everyone who cares about the planet. So, that is a little bit from Vidya. So on this note, here are all our jury members, and Anish sir is also part of this panel. So thank you very much once again for taking the time out to be a part of the Tamil Nadu EV branding competition. That's all from me. Donita, over to you again.
Yeah. So thank you, Kashmira, for helping out the participants to understand this. Also, thank you to the jury members for just sharing what they will be looking for when they are judging their entries. Now, I'll quickly be taking you over on how one can apply for the competition. I'll be giving you a demonstration. Is my screen visible?
Yes, Donita.
Yeah. So, firstly, how do you start the application process? You would have to go to tngecl.org, and this will be the homepage of the website. Here on the blue green band, you can see there's a button called EV Brand Contest. So, you'll have to click this. Once you click this, you'll be entering the web page where all the information about the brand identity competition will be put up. If you can just scroll and see, we cover many aspects on who can participate, what's the competition brief, the various timelines that need to be adhered to, and also how you can send in your queries. Now, coming back to these four buttons, first we have the competition brief. So, if you click this button, you'll be having a PDF, which is a detailed document on what this competition is about and how you can enter, and also it covers the various judging criteria, so how much each aspect of the competition would be scored on, and there's also various eligibility criteria, registration, and all other queries can be found on this document. The second button is on the briefing webinar, and once this webinar is over, we'll be uploading it here for your reference, so you can come back and have a look at it at any point of time. The third button, as you can see, is the register to participate button. Now I'll be taking you more in depth in this particular button. So once you click that, you will be getting this kind of a web page where you will have to enter your mobile number in order to register. So right now I'm just starting off with my application process. So So once we've entered our mobile number, we can expect an OTP. So once we enter the OTP, we'll be taken to this particular web page. Now there are various fields that you'll have to enter. First one being select the category. So there are basically three ways in which you can enter the competition. Either you can enter as an individual or a freelancer. Second, you can enter as a group of a group where only maximum number of participants allowed is 3 in a group, or you can enter the competition as a design studio. Please note, you cannot apply as multiple in multiple categories. You can only apply once. So I'll be selecting individual for this one. For name of the district, you can select which district you are from in Tamil Nadu. If you are not from Tamil Nadu, you can choose the option of others. Then comes the name of the applicant and the address and the phone number and the email ID. Next up, we have to fill in what the name of the brand would be that we are submitting, and also briefly describe what it stands for in terms of its values, mission. And this should be around 200 to 250 words write up, and this should be in text format. It should be pasted here. Now for the color version of logo, you can upload whatever entry you have. Now the last entry that you have to put in for this is the A1 size PDF file. This is the template. This is the A1 size template that you need to fill out. This is also available, just going back to the main web page. This is also available in the A1 poster template button. So you can go here and download it and edit it and put in your entries. Once I have uploaded I have checked it once and I'll be submitting it. Once you submit it, you'll be getting an acknowledgement receipt, which shows the reference number, your name. You can just cross verify if you've put all the details correctly. And yeah, you can keep this for future reference. Now, coming back to the website, as I mentioned, the A1 poster template is very critical. We have observed that many of you have not fully understood what is to be done with this. So you can either download this particular template. It looks like this. The size is also mentioned here. It's around 801 into 554 So you can create one like this also. And you need to add the various aspects of the brand identity here. The primary logo needs to go here. The concept and key design needs to come here. And here you can add other things like typography, iconography, and graphic motifs, which can be used to judge each entry effectively. And we have also mentioned some tips. It should be in A1 size. The maximum file size should be 5 MB, and also it should be in the CMYK color profile. So if you encounter any issues while you are registering, while you are submitting your entries, please feel free to reach out to us at evbrandingtngecl@gmail.com. It is also available on the website, so you can just send us your queries. If you encounter any issues like OTP is not coming in or you were not able to register, then we can definitely clear all these queries. Yeah. Now moving on to the final segment, we will be taking you over through some FAQs. We have already received a bunch of FAQs from before, so we'll be addressing those. We see that you have also put many questions in the Q&A box. Thank you so much for putting these here. We will be responding to each of these via email, or we will be putting it on the website. So please don't worry, we will be putting it all uh, on the website for your convenience. Yes. So some FAQs. Is there a format for submitting the entry? As you saw, we need to put the logos either in PNG or JPEG format. Apart from that, we also need to have the A1 template, which is a PDF. So you need to download that template, edit it out, make it as a PDF and upload it back. You can also use a software of your choice or create a fresh document in the same dimensions and insert the entries. Now, can I make multiple entries? No, only one entry per person per mobile number is allowed. So as you noted, we logged in using a mobile number. We also put in an email ID. So for every unique mobile number and the details associated with that, only one entry will be allowed. We will be cross-verifying these to ensure there are no multiple entries by the same. And if that is done, there is a risk of disqualification as well. Now, can we borrow a design component from another brand? No, plagiarism is not allowed. You can seek inspiration for sure, but not imitate, modify, or replicate the same logo. Such entries will be eliminated at the screening level itself. Now, can I use ChatGPT or Perplexity and design using prompts? No AI generated entries will be allowed. Next slide, please. Yeah. Can the logo and the name of the competition be in Tamil and English font? Yes, you can definitely use a combination as long as it's understandable to a wider audience. Can I be part of a group entry and also submit an individual entry? No, only one entry per person is allowed. So if you're found doing so, disqualification is possible. I'm having an error uploading the entry or having OTP errors. What can I do? We would suggest if you have any kind of entries, please feel free to reach out to evbrandingtngecl@gmail.com. So we will address all the queries at the earliest. Can I submit hand-drawn logo? Yes, as long as you can submit it in the given format demonstrating the logos application, then sure you can use it. You should be able to save it as a PNG file and upload it onto the template and onto the submission portal. So as long as you can give it in the required formats, we can surely do that. The last FAQ is, can architects and urban planners partake? Yes, it's open for all designers. So these were some of the questions that we had seen come up frequently till now. So we have got some more 10 to 11 questions. We will surely be addressing these. Please keep an eye on the website. We will definitely be updating all the information there. So with this, we come to the end of a briefing session. I thank all the jury members for taking the time out to be part of this wonderful initiative. I also thank all the participants for taking time out and joining us and also giving us such an overwhelming response. I also thank all the officials of TNGECL who have been involved in this project and who are taking all the right initiatives for this move. Also, I thank members from ITDP India and Madrasters for putting in all their efforts to make this a success. Signing off, let's get creative.